And you can, and we can. When you look at our numbers, you know, we're outgunned, we're outnumbered. But that doesn't mean that we can be defeatist about it. You know, I wake up every morning, and I have woken up every morning since that election, and I broke off the rearview mirror some time ago. And I'm only looking forward. And I'm saying, what can we do every day? How can we stand tall? How can we continue to be a voice, be the loyal opposition? Let people know that we're not going to go away. They might have won some elections, but so did we. So did we.
That's right.
And you know what? I'm excited and thrilled that we've got some new state reps and some new state senators.
Oh yeah.
And it's promising to me. It's encouraging to me. And you know, Reagan was a great optimist. He really was. He had that in the most dire times, he was always able to rally the American people and let them know that we're unlike any other country in the world. For almost, 230 years, we have a constitution that has weathered the test of time. And during that same period of time, the country of France has had, I believe, 5 or 6 different forms of government in different constitutions. So we did something right. Our founders did something right when they realized that the power needed to remain in the people, not in the government. And that's why we have the First Amendment. That's why we have the Second Amendment. And you know, now we have a governor that doesn't understand that.
Yes, his wife.
And you know, but we do. And I'm going to tell you, they're walking tall right now, but they're creating their own legacy every day. And there's only so far you can push people. And I'm not recommending or suggesting that what happened in Egypt recently is going to happen in Rhode Island.
Oh, sure, why not?
But I got to tell you, people are just fed up. And what was it that you heard the most on the street from people? The government Mubarak wasn't listening to them. Their government wasn't listening to them. So what we need to do is to be that voice of the people, and find avenues, ways to which we can let our voices be heard. And thank God for folks like Helen Glover, who's out there every day.
Oh yeah.
I know sometimes you probably feel like you're crying out in the wilderness, but we're listening, Helen, we're listening. In fact, by the way, I'll be on with Helen tomorrow morning at 8 o'clock.
7 o'clock.
And that's 9:20 to reach JJ.
What a segue.
Yeah, I'm a shameless self-promoter right now. But you know, back to Reagan, and I promised Meg I wouldn't speak for more than 8 minutes or so. But or was that 80 minutes, Meg? You know, it's something when you think about Reagan. He was a very special guy, and again, the belief that the power is in the people, the eternal optimist. Some people have asked me, what am I going to be doing for the next 2-3 years or whatever. I haven't quite cobbled it together yet, but I can assure you that I'm going to work for private sector solutions to some of the social problems that we have.
Yeah.
Thank you. And I'm going to work with fledgling entrepreneurs and give them the encouragement and the optimism to start and grow businesses. Because as we all know, government doesn't create jobs. We need to get them the hell out of the way.
Yeah.
And what we've got to do is to encourage young people. We have a knowledge economy, they say. But more than that, I have to tell you, in the last month, I have sat down with 3 or 4 people who used to work for corporations who are now unemployed. They want to start a new business. Their jobs are gone. They're not going back. They want to stay in Rhode Island. And so I'm going to work with people like that, show them how to start a business, how to start a company, how to market it, how to hire people, how to be successful, how to get access to capital. And we're going to, if we have to, and I don't know if there's anybody in here from the Greater Providence Chamber of Commerce, but I sat on that board for 3 years, and I got to tell you, the Chamber of Commerce in Rhode Island needs to grow a pair.
Yeah.
That's a technical term. And if they won't, I will, because I got to tell you something. The business community in this state needs to be ticked off.
Yeah.
Needs to be angry.
Oh yeah.
And if the current organizations that we have in this state don't stand up and speak out and start getting rid of crazy regulations and permits that were created 40, 50 years ago at a different time, then we have got to get some of our new legislators to work hard to promote, to get rid of those things. And you know what? When they say we don't have access to capital, there's capital out there.
Yes, there is.
But we don't have enough people who know how to approach the lenders, how to get to the right venture capitalists, and I'm going to help you. But I know that a commercial lender isn't going to lend to a business that can't show that they've got a cash flow projection that's going to be able to pay off that loan. But if they sat down with somebody who understands business in how entrepreneurism works and have them put skin in the game, we can create jobs in the state. And we've got to do that because the current administration that we have is not going to be business friendly.
Oh, no.
Not at all.
Oh, no.
And I got to tell you, I'm going to reach out to friends that I know in business outside of Rhode Island and convince them to give Rhode Island a shot. We have got to do it on our own because I got to tell you that this state government, the way it is now, at least the administration side of it, is not going to help.
No.
It's not going to help, and we have to. And we have to be a strong voice. We have to be a strong voice for the entrepreneurs, for those who will be willing to take risks and step out and help grow and change the culture of entitlement in this state. The other thing that I'm going to work on is I'm going to work with kids. And I am going to try to be a counterforce to help them realize that they have it within themselves to be successful in their lives. That the right track is not for them to lead their lives in poverty, to look at government as being the solution when it's not. And we're going to get through to those kids. We're going to change the culture because that's the only way this is going to work. There are powerful forces in this state that live off of poverty. It's an industry for many people and many organizations in this state. And we need to be as strong and as organized as they are to get through to our kids and to teach them and make them believe in themselves that they can have a better life. And the pathway to that is not by being sucked into the cycle of poverty and dependency on government. And we can do this, and the Republican Party can do this because that's what our brand is. Our brand is all about self-reliance, smaller government, holding people accountable for their actions in life, in convincing them that the private sector is the way to go. If we stay to those 4 basic tenets of what our party was built on, what Ronald Reagan believed in, we'll be successful. But I got to tell you, it's going to take everybody in this room. And I want to ask you, are you going to be with me?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, John. Absolutely.
Because I can tell you right here tonight, Rhode Island hasn't heard the last of John Robitaille.